Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Besot Pass, and we are going to case number 58, the capital big. This is story from worst to sad. Inglorious justice, and that woman looks like she was strangled, judging by the wounds, bruises. Katia, what do you think about Catherine? I'm sure the resistance is working on a plan to break her out of jail, but what if they don't succeed? Then we'll help them. We are going to stand back and let Lawson exit Cookie's political opponents at the town square. Obviously not. However, we will have to use caution. If we openly defy Lawson, he'll disband the flying squad and send us to the gallows as well. And will be no help to anyone there. It is crucially important that we keep up appearances now more than ever, which is why I want Katarina and Bates to go to the Justice Day celebration tonight. What? Justice Day is nothing but new propaganda from Lawson. Are we seriously supposed to go along with it? How can anyone feel like dancing in ties like these? Lawson still has genuine supporters, and others are just too afraid to show dissent with good reason. So the discussion is over. Katia, Bates, go to the party and make sure you are seen. We must stay in the Justice School's good books. Okay, I'm going. Flag vendor, hello. Justice flags! 1 shilling for a justice flag! Have a justice flag, officers! Happy Justice Day! May Lawson should never falter. Oh, even you use that quote. Thanks. Why, thank you, young man. May Lawson should never falter. Alright, the chief told us to be seen. I suppose we should mingle. Okay. A few hours later. Katera's party is possibly awkward if I say so myself. Everyone's fading cheerfulness under the Justice School's watchful eyes. Can we go back to the issue now and write up our reports, please? Oh, we are going yet. Okay. Well, I suppose it went well. Katera, now our reports are filled. What say you to a cup of tea before we call it a night? What is it, Ramirez? Katera, you must go back to the town square. The party... My dear Constable, the party is certainly over by now. No, you misunderstand. Someone at the party was murdered. Well, now you call us for murder, so... Murdered? Moderation, so much for people being on their best behavior on Justice Day. You're right, you better head back to the town square and see what this is all about. Okay, let's see who got killed. I think they're all just putting a smile on their faces just because they are surrounded by Justice Corps. And if they defy the regime, they get beheaded. Just what Lawson is planning. Okay, there she is. And who is she? I don't know her. Must be her coin purse. Katarina, Constable Ramirez was right. The young lady over there is dead. And I agree. Judging by the bruises on her neck, she must have been strangled. She must have been killed after everyone else had left the party. And with no one here to identify the victim, we must rely on our own wit to find out who she was. Through deduction, that pretty clutch lying right next to the body must have belonged to the victim. Hopefully it should help us identify her. And that crate full of dirty dishes could hide another clue. I propose we search the contents. Katerina, it looks like our night is only just beginning. We must solve this poor girl's murder. Let's get to it. Okay. So nobody's there to identify the victim. And I have a star, and I want to unlock the next crime scene. And which clue should I do then? Let's search through the purse. Or am I going to unlock it first? Yeah. Okay. Katia, as you open the victim's closet, you may finally learn who she was. It appears there's no ID, but the way they carried a car. Let's see. Don't drink and drive. Sensible advice for a party if you ask me. And you're right, the car also names a driving companion, one Martha Baker. Well, this car doesn't tell us who our victim was, but at least we know who was meant to drive her home from the party. Let's have Mrs. Baker tell us the rest. Oh, what? She was a driver? Okay. And now we're gonna have to collect some stars. Let's see what happened to our victim. Katria, how knows that the Justice Day celebrations ended in murder? Lots of authoritarian measures currently have a make Concordia safer, not even for his own supporters. But I hope you can enlighten us about this poor girl's demise, Richard. Well, Katria, the victim was strangled as you correctly deduced from the bruise on her neck. However, there was clearly a tussle between the victim and the killer as chunks of the poor girl's hair were pulled out. But here's the most promising clue. I identified traces of champagne on the victim's neck near the bruises, and though she did consume some sherry and wine, there was no champagne in her stomach. The tracing concluded the champagne residue was left on the victim's skin by the killer. Celebrating Justice Day with champagne and murder? No, watch, Katia. We'll find this champagne-loving black card if it's the last thing we do. Yeah. Okay, now let's search through this crate of dishes. It's a scarf. Katrina, what is that fine garment doing under dirty dishes? Sharp eye! The pattern of the fabric matched the victim's blues, so this scarf must belong to her as well. I agree, Katrina. We know the victim was strangled, and if she was strangled with this scarf, it will explain why the killer hid it. Let's dispatch this scarf to Viola and see what she makes of it. Oh, is that a murder weapon? I was expecting something else to be the murder weapon. Chain, a rope, or something. Alright, let's go talk to Martha Baker. Mrs. Baker, we apologize for summoning you here in the middle of the night, but we need help. A young woman was murdered tonight, and in her handbag we found this card. My goodness, poor Jane was murdered? We were neighbors. I waited for her at the end of the party in my automobile, but she never came. Now I know why. I have access at her death, but yeah, I thought Concordia was safe, especially since Mayor Lawson clamped down on crime. Yes, well, as you can see, crime is still far from extinct. A crying shame. Jane Pembroke was a decent young woman who always appreciated my lemon pie. It's my personal specialty, you see. To think she left the telegraph office early to go to the party. Maybe she should have stayed at work. Jane was a telegraph girl in the office down the road from where the party was held, you know. The telegraph office? Inspector, I shall follow this up. Thank you, Miss Baker. An officer will drive you back home. Okay. Well, somebody we don't know is a victim. Gotta say it again. Alright. Let's investigate the telegraph office. I don't need stars, but I don't know why I bought the multiplier. Anyway, let's just do this. I used to come to the telegraph office to send my chess moves to Casper Row. My love letters to Barla. Those were different times. If our victim was Telegraph Girl, she must have handled the messages and secrets of almost everyone in Concordia. One of those secrets might unlock her murder. I agree, those keys might be a lead. Can you decipher the name of the tag? And restoring the Torfolga might lead to a discovery too. Let's see what these clues reveal about our victim's life, Katria. Okay. Alright, let's see whose keys are these. Will Grady. Yeah, this case belonged to a certain Will Grady. And if he has the keys to the telegraph office, he must have known our victim. It's late, but we might still find Mr. Grady around. Let's talk to him, okay? And now let's restore this photograph. Okay, it's our victim, and who's the other girl on the photo? Katia, one of the ladies in this photograph is our victim. She is wearing her telegraph girl uniform, but it's unmistakably her. The other lady must be her colleague, and they seem friendly. What say we look her up in the employee files? Let's look her up. We need every possible suspect and a witness. Let's check up who is this girl. Looks like somebody I won't like. The face is telling me that. Katia, our telegraph girl with the victim with the photograph is 1 minute star. I concur. Since Miss Star and the victim seem close, it should be likely to talk to her. Okay. Okay, let's first talk to Will Grady. Telegraph office is closed now. I'm afraid I'm the manager here. Do you have an urgent message to send? We're not here to send telegrams, Mr. Grady. One of your employees, Jane Pembroke, was murdered at the Justice Day party tonight. Murdered at the party? Gosh, I was there to see the fireworks too. I had to pop back here to check everything was locked up. We had so many government inspections lately. The telegraph office is of strategic importance for the mayor. Mr. Grady, what can you tell us about Jane Pembroke? You were her supervisor. Oh, I supervise thousands of telegraph girls, yeah. As I mentioned, this is a fast-paced modern workplace. I can't say I knew this Jane very well. But here's an idea. If I remember any detail later, I'll send the telegram to your airship. Well, you do like using telegraphs, so... Do we have a telegraph on our airship? Well, we should have, so... Miss Starr, apologies for the late visit, but we need to ask you about Jane Pembroke. It appears you were colleagues. And sadly, Jane was murdered at the Justice Day party tonight. Jane is dead? Oh no! I take it you and Jane were close, Miss Starr? Like sisters, Inspector. Yeah, we work in the same office. After work, we'd go to the cinema or to the ice cream parlor. We went to the Justice Day party together too. We got separated in the crowd, but I didn't expect anything bad to happen. Not on Justice Day, I didn't. Oh, how wrong I was. I should never have taken my eyes off poor Jane, Inspector. I think she's hiding something, because I don't like her face, so... Let's check out Victor's scarf. And is it a murder weapon? Katria, I'm worried about my parents. They insist on staying in Concordia to keep the apothecary open and help people. But my mother says they are constantly being harassed by the Justice Corps, and I don't like the thought of soldiers pushing them around. These are dark tidings indeed, Viola, but we must stand fast and do what we do best, solve murders. I know. Well, I compared skill sets from the scar with cells from the victim's body, and they were a perfect match. In other words, the poor girl was strangled with her own scarf. But there's more. I also found traces of a synthetic enzyme on the fabric, a chemical compound for treating high blood pressure. A lot of people suffer from high blood pressure these days, perchance a sign of our troubling times, but they verified that the victim did not have this condition. I therefore conclude that it's the killer who left their blood pressure medicine on the scarf. Our killers have so high blood pressure? Well, their anxieties are only going to increase now that you're on their trail, Tria. That's right. So the scarf was the murder weapon. Tria, given major laws as increasingly draconian treatment of Concordia citizens, I never had much enthusiasm to celebrate Justice Day. But now that there's been a murder, we have even less cause for merriment. A young woman was strangled with her own scarf. So far, nothing we know about Jane Pembroke suggests that she had enemies. She worked in the telegraph office, but her supervisor, Will Grady, barely remembers her. We know that Jay went to the party with a companion from work, and that her neighbor Mrs. Baker was due to drive her home as she lived next door. Trina, forgive me, but there's been a development. It appears the victim was married, but you better talk to her husband before he dies. Before he dies? Before he dies? Why, is he going to commit suicide? What's going on? What? Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna continue playing chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!